Hello, everyone. I am Amourshipping Dude, and this is the beginning of the Amourshipping Dude YouTube channel. So, to start things off, we're going to do a Q&A so that you can get to know me. Um, well, first off, I'll just say why I'm doing this. I I don't know. I guess I've been interested in trying out the YouTube thing for a while. I got kind of interested in maybe trying it out over the summer. I was hoping to start it in September, but I got a little busy and with school starting, so I didn't really have the time to start in September. And then I was gonna start it off in December, but then I got a little more time today, well this week, and then last week and this week just kind of set things up, and then I decided might as well try it. Last week I decided I'm gonna give it a go. So I asked for questions on Twitter last week. Gave you guys a week to ask questions. I also added in a couple of reviews from fan fiction, just for any of you that read it, just to kind of answer anything, a couple things that maybe you've been confused about, maybe you're wondering about. One of them's a joke. A couple of them are jokes actually. And then I've got some questions on. I've got silly questions. I've got questions about me or sort of me, Canada. Questions about Pokemon. Questions about Amore shipping, Sun and Moon. I do plan on having another video out today. Hopefully, if this goes well. Um, Hopefully you'll watch it if you don't find my voice too cringy. I do, so I don't blame you if you do. Um, yeah, I have a video plan. I put out a poll on Twitter and you voted for the Ash Alola team prediction. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to give that a go. It will be wrong, but hopefully my reasons for each choice are maybe one of them's right. So that'll be fun to do. I've got that a little bit prepared. So hopefully once this is done, we can get to that and you can watch that if you like this. So anyways, on to the Q&A because we've got some other stuff to get to. Anyways, we'll get to it. So first question is from at trying to music. Is it time to duel? Yes, because we're starting this Q&A. So ask questions now from at Jackson Coriel. Yes, ask questions now. At Don Hartius, or Hartius, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Do you think I'm the best waifu? Of course you do, don't deny it. Well, that's an interesting one. But are you competing with Serena? Or, you're up there, sure. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah, you're the best. At Kifaza1, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sexy are you? I will. I don't know. That depends on who you ask, I think. I'll be. I'll be nice to myself and I'll give myself an average. I'll give myself 7.5. That's a weird question. Wanted to make you think. Oh yeah, this was after another question. Um, Otherwise, I would have done on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 to blue. What's your favorite day in August? From at Potat Lazaro. My favorite day in August is August 10th because that's my birthday. So blue, I guess, if that's the highest. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I actually looked this up and I have an answer prepared for you. A group of engineering students at Purdue University reported its licking machine, modeled after the human tongue, took an average of 364 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. 20 volunteers then took the licking challenge unassisted by any machines, and then they averaged 252 licks to the center. So I would say somewhere between those numbers, and I'd go closer to the 252 since that had actual people doing that. So there's a serious answer for a funny-ish question. What is life? What's your name? How do I rob Fort Knox? And can I have $3? So what is life? Life is Serena. Is that a good answer for that? I think so. What's your name? My name is Thomas, my real name. Well, or just Amourshipping Dude, you know? Or God. You can call me God too. How do I rob Fort Knox? It's gonna be kind of tough, but I don't know. What? Just give it a go. Run right up to it. See what happens. And can I have $3? Depends if you want Canadian dollars or not. It's not worth that much at the moment, and I think it's gonna get worse. At Amor Theorizer. Oh, you asked quite a few questions, didn't you? The cow jumped over the moon. The man went to the moon. Man and cow have 3 letters. Illuminati confirmed. Makes sense to me. Yeah. Illuminati confirmed. If I have 9 lemons and I give Carlos 4 lemons, how many apples does the kangaroo have? He's got 2. 2 down below, if it's a male. What did the kangaroo say to the moose? He said, do you want an apple? Can I squeeze your lemons? No. Can I eat you? Can I eat you? No. I need to know, do you know the Muffin Man? I do. I met him the other day. A nice guy, nice enough guy. Doesn't actually make very good muffins, believe it or not. No. No, not the best. I mean, they were alright, but I've had better. Alpha Team Killer. Is llama milk really milk or MLK, like the guy who killed Jackie Chan? Or is he the one that blew up the moon? Wait, who's MLK? MLK is... Okay, I'll give it a serious answer. MLK is Martin Luther King. I do know some things. And then llama milk is really milk, I think, I hope, for whatever creatures are drinking it. A more theorizer again. Okay, how big do you think Serena's are? We're gonna censor that a bit. How big do you want them to be? T or A, and why? Oh my god. Big enough. Whatever they are now, because she's fine the way she is, and no preference because I don't think you need to choose between the two. To have them both, you know. That would have. Okay, if a priest came up to you and asked what you did for a living, would you run away, kill him, don't respond, hug him? Oh boy, are we getting into this? Ugh, no, I can't. That's hug him. Depends, though. Have you seen the movie Spotlight? Chocolate milk or regular milk? Hentai or porn? Misty X Ash or Iris X Ash? Chocolate milk. I like chocolate milk. I'm a little kid in that way, I guess. If that's an embarrassing, lots of people like chocolate milk. Hentai or porn? The former has more Serena in it. So did I just admit that no? I don't. Not that I'd look at either of those. Misty X Ash or Iris X Ash? Misty, because Iris, no. And for our daily dose of dirty, Serena's top half or lower half? Top half, I guess. Why am I? I said I wouldn't choose. What is your favorite piece of Serena hentai? Oh boy. I guess dirty, you're more likely to ask that, aren't you? Um, am I actually going to answer this? Well, is there, no, I'm not going to answer that. Okay. Thick Thursday, Wet Wednesday, 2-on-1 Tuesday, or Moaning Monday? Moaning Monday. I'm guessing this is a dirty question too, but I'll just say Moaning Monday because I don't like Mondays and I moan about it sometimes. Today's Monday though, it's pretty good. Starting this little venture into YouTube with this Monday. What color is purple? Purple is orange. Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the bottle? That's actually an interesting question. I'm guessing it has something to do with whatever the bottle's made of on the inside. But I do think it sticks sometimes. Why is it the rain drops but snow falls? Oh. Because sometimes snow blows in the wind and it moves away, I guess. I don't know. Another deep philosophical question. Did you ever notice that when you blow in a dog's face, he gets mad at you, but when you take him on a car ride, he sticks his head out of the window? Yes, I've noticed that. It's kind of weird. I don't know why that's the case. I don't blow in a dog's face, though. Why do people point to their wrist when asking for the time, but don't point to their crotch when they ask where the bathroom is? Oh, you don't do that? I don't know. If the circumference of the sun is 42,094.11 and the circumference of the moon is 22,113.21, how did the cow land on the moon? He jumped. He jumped really high. How many hot dogs can you eat in 4 minutes? One. I'm a slow eater. Maybe two if I'm hungry. Work this out. Ugh. N sweets in a bag. 6 of them are orange. Rest are yellow. Hannah takes a random. She eats it. Hannah takes another random. She eats it. Probability. She eats 2 oranges. 1 out of 3. Show the n squared. Minus n minus 90 equals 0. Well, 90 minus 90 equals 0, so 10, 10 squared, because there's n equals 10, because 10 times 10 is 100 minus 10 minus 90 equals 0. So there you go. Math. Who am I? Spider-Man. Light type or sand type? Light type, I guess. Wasser Odorführer. That's German. Ugh. For water over fire, or water or fire. Because I'm still bitter about the Callus League, I will say water. And water is good for you. Who's your favorite brother? Alright, so this has to do with the Amourshipping family tree that has been somewhat developed. Um, oh, I'm tired. So I have two brothers, Alpha Team Killer and Gassed Up Catchem. Our father is Arceus. I actually have a wife. It's Dawn, from Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, no Kenny, no Paul, no Pearl shipping. Just we call it Sharpener shipping. That's the name for it. So yeah, I have two brothers. I even have a wife now. I have two sons apparently, and that would be Sawyer Hull 3 and a Moorshipper 101, official Moorshipper and Sawyer Dude. And then I have grandsons apparently. I don't need, I might even have a daughter or niece, or I have nephews. I have a big family apparently. So who's my favorite brother? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have favorites. What do you think about your two sons and their careers on Wattpad and YouTube? I think it's pretty amazing. You've done a lot of work with that. I still need to catch up on your fanfic, but I'm getting there. And it's good. It's good. And you've put a lot into it. And I recommend it. Yeah, if anyone is looking for a fanfic and hasn't read Sawyer Dude's Pokemon School, I recommend reading it. And then official. His YouTube career is something else. It's pretty good. Both of you have worked pretty hard. I like what you've done. Am I your favorite grandson? Like I said, I don't have favorites. I don't even know who my other ones are though. So, what do you think of your janitor? Oh, you're a good janitor. You clean a lot of stuff up. That's pretty good. That's what you need from a janitor. Cleaning skills and just a good guy. On a scale of 1 to moose, how often do Canadians actually say A? I don't think they say it that much, actually. The only time that I have heard a Canadian say A would be my mother when we were in where were we? South Carolina, I think, or North Carolina. I don't know, one of those. We were in one of the Carolinas, and then we were at a store, and there was something on sale, and the cashier was surprised about it. And my mom said, "I know, good price, eh?" I thought it was so dumb, but I think a lot of Canadians do that. They try to play to the stereotypes when with American. I think I do it sometimes too. I mean, I push how much I like hockey. Um, I don't know. It's an inferiority complex thing. Being the little guys next to such a big country, even though geographically we're similar, we have a tenth of the population, so we feel small. Why do Canadians have milk in bags? Um, are we the only ones? Seems like people think it's like the craziest thing. but I don't know why exactly. It's cheaper in some cases, I guess. Um, you get more for what you buy, I think. But we do have cartons. We I mean I mostly get cartons. Just I don't know, because when you get the bags, they kind of you have three mini bags in this bigger bag, and then it's kind of heavy. I prefer a carton. Uh, I mean, it's easy enough to use though. The bags, it's not really a big thing to me. Why do we have it though? I don't know. Good question. Is Canada worse than Germany, or is Germany better than Canada? I'm gonna have to admit. Well, I mean, I've never been, but Germany seems pretty cool. And not 1930s, 40s Germany, but Germany now is. I think they're all right. Canada. Uh, there are some things that don't make me happy with it. I enjoy it here though, but there are places in Europe that, like Germany, that are pretty good. Serena never comes back unless you become a Habs fan. Would you do it? Uh, you're not saying I can't be a Leaf fan still, so no, I would do it. I mean, I've cheered for the Habs before. For those of you that don't know, I'm a big hockey fan, and I'm from Toronto, so the Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, are my favorite team. Their big rival is the Montreal Canadiens, nicknamed the Habs, and it's a rivalry that goes back 100 years. It's the centennial season for the Leafs, and they've been a rival with the Habs since they started out. So it's a 100-year-old rivalry. So a lot of people refuse to cheer for the other team. But I have cheered for the Habs before. But I'd the Leafs are number one to me, even though they stink. Serena never comes back. Oh, that's a tough one. I would do it though. I would do that to get Serena back in the show, being the loyal Amourshipping that I am. And then I rephrased the question. Maybe the question should be the Leafs win the cup or Serena returns. And I would be willing to sacrifice a Leaf Cup win for Serena coming back. I'm used to the Leafs losing, so why not? Least favorite NHL team and least most fave Leafs player, past or present? I'd have to say, oof. I'd have to say the the least favorite would be a team that doesn't even exist now, or yet, the Las Vegas team, because I think it's ridiculous that they're getting a team when their fan base is gonna be small to begin with, not because of population or I mean they're gonna be interested in there's gonna be some people interested in hockey, but most of the people going to those games are gonna be tourists, and what you want out of your team is you want a home fan base. So that doesn't make sense. And I mean they're gonna lose money because you're not gonna have the merchandise sales. It's just another money sink for the money hole for the league. I'm not a fan of that. So there are other places, both Canada and the US, have places that deserve teams that would have fan bases, larger fan bases. I mean, no, that maybe it'll work out, but I don't think it. I don't think it's the right place. Uh, Least most favorite Leaf players. Past or present. Definitely Matt Sundin would be my favorite. I started watching hockey with him leading the Leafs to a couple of conference finals. So I've liked them ever since. They were actually good when I started watching. So you can't really blame me for being a Leafs fan. They're addictive, so they hook you with being good, and then you're stuck. Least favorite, David Clarkson. I mean, I think he was actually pretty good for um, for the community. He did a lot of charity things and stuff like that, but oh, he was not a good player. I can't believe they got out of that contract. Anyways, uh, we'll move on. I don't need to complain about the Leafs to a Pokemon community. DM or tweet, joke, and why did you start writing GCW? Well, this is quite the question. I actually canceled, or not canceled, I quit watching Pokemon after BW, and um, I didn't watch it for. I mean, I've quit watching, sort of quit watching before. I mean, but I've always been pulled back in relatively quickly. But I quit watching for years after BW, like 3 years, 3 years, yeah. And then I got into XY on Netflix. I what was I doing? I had a reading week. That's I mean, we don't actually have to do reading during reading week. It's a week off from school basically. It's just a break in between the in the middle of the semester. So I didn't have anything to do one day, so I started watching XY, and then I got into it. Started kind of getting into the Amourshipping and stuff like that. And, I liked that Ash was competent, catching some cool Pokemon, and then I found 1, 2, 3 Pearl Shippings fanfic. One Day Off, I think it's called, and I enjoyed that. I considered writing my own. Then I did write it. It was a slow process. Just kind of started writing little bits here and there, and then eventually I had a chapter, and then I made my account um, in March, and had a few chapters. I had a couple chapters done, and then I put them up. Got some reviews, seemed positive. Went along from there pretty well. People started to like it more and more, and then I ended up reading Epico Cities, um, Verse, the first one, Loving the Time of Teamwork, and that I really got into fan fiction at that time, and then I started writing a lot, and then GCTO got to catch that one. I don't know if I mentioned that was the title for it. That ended up getting really long, and then I just kind of got into writing it more and more. after reading a couple of really good fanfics. Let's see. Oh, this joke one. Why can't you make this pearl shipping for a change? This is about Lumios University. Because look at my name. What I call myself on both fanfiction and Twitter. That should clear things up. Please make Ash and Serena an official couple later on in your story. In XY, we didn't see them as GF and BF. Hope you do. Not really a question, I guess, but I put that in just because I'm gonna ask you. Do you think I should do that? I don't know. Am I one to do that? Would would uh would Amourshipping Dude, Amourshipping Canon on fanfiction, should his stories have Serena and Ash as a couple? You can let me know. Why is this fic rated M? This I need to answer because I think it's confusing a lot of people. Because right now it's pretty much like gotta catch that one. It's not really serious in any way yet. I mean, I don't know how serious it would be with the first one, anyways. Since it might be a series, by the way, the Lumios University. So the original plan was to have lemons, but I don't know if that will really fit. At least with the first story, because in Lumios University they don't actually know each other very well. So having that probably would be kind of rushed. So yeah, not probably not this story. I'll probably change it to T, and then maybe next story. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Will Ash catch new Pokemon in your story? Yes. Um, I need to keep things a little fresh. I might be adding in some Alola stuff in there, so you might want to keep an eye out for that. Ugh, this is about a specific author on fan fiction that has interesting ideas on how fanfics need to work. So Charizard or Craters, which needs to be in realistic fan fiction more? I'm gonna have to say Charizard because screw Pikachu. And which needs or sorry, Craters. They're all right. They're all right. But Charizard for sure. How were you introduced into Pokemon? This is quite the story. Well, sort of a story. Um, I was, I think, 4 years old, and then I woke up early one morning. Parents were busy, kind of getting things set up. I don't know, going to work or something. One of them, anyways. Uh, Cleaning up it might have been a weekend actually. Yeah, I guess it was a weekend. And then they were doing, things around the house. My sister was watching TV, and it was an interesting little cartoon with an electric rodent on some kid's shoulder. So I think it was the episode where Ash caught Caterpie, and I loved it. So I got into it after that. Um, so I watched the anime whenever I had the chance, and then the games I didn't really get into until I was about to turn 6, actually. And so my mom gave me a Game Boy and Pokemon Red for my birthday, but she gave it to me early, so I played it the the day or the night before on August 9th. I played it until midnight because I wanted to be playing Pokemon when it was my birthday. So I aged during my Pokemon journey, and then after that, I really got into it. I got into the anime more and more, got into the games more and more, and I mean once the advanced generation hit, I stopped watching a bit because I just got into some other things. I never thought it was bad to begin with. I mean, it was kind of weird, after having all those other Pokemon with Ash sending them back to the lab. It's kind of weird having just the kind of fresh start minus Pikachu, and then no Misty. I mean, you know, some of you don't like Misty, right? But I never had much of a problem with her. I mean, it was fine. I liked her enough. Um, so it was weird. But I did end up liking May. Max, he was all right. Kind of weird, but kind of annoying. But Bonnie's better, I think. So yeah, then Advance, I kind of slowed up on my interest, but I did catch up. And then Sinnoh, I love Sinnoh. That was a good one. And then BW, and yeah, I already explained the rest of that. But yeah, it started with an early morning episode of Pokemon with Ash catching Caterpie, and then I got the game, and here we are after all that. Leaf or Blue manga. Uh, First of all, I'd like to know how to speak Indonesian, because apparently that's what you were speaking when you are writing when you asked that question. And then I'll go with Leaf because Serena is apparently based off her. That's what I heard. So I'll go with that. Who's your favorite shiny? I don't really know. I will have to say Noctowl because Ash's shiny Pokemon, only shiny Pokemon is Noctowl. And I like Noctowl, so I just Slash is also a good one, I think. But I'll go with Noctowl. What's your favorite mainline Pokemon game and your favorite side game if you've played any? My favorite mainline game? I'll have to go with the original. My first one, Pokemon Red. Just I don't know. It obviously not top quality, but it was the first, and it was pretty cool kind of getting into that for the first time, and it was simple, but so much to it for something made back then. And then the side game. I mean, Um, I had a game called Pokemon Pinball, and the Pokeball was like the pinball, and you would hit it up, and then you could catch Pokemon that walked along the screen. So that was pretty cool. I like that, and you could hatch eggs. It was an interesting one. It was addictive. I played too much of that. I like that one. That would be my favorite side game. And I think Pokemon Sun is quickly becoming my favorite main game. What are your opinions on the dub, wording changes, music, voices, etc.? Well, the dub was always the one I watched, so until recently. Um, so I usually don't have much of a problem with it. I mean, I notice odd things more now that I watch the Japanese version more, but it's usually all right in my opinion. I mean, XYZ over Stantal. Stantal's not horrible, but I like I like X. I love XYZ. Like that just sets the tone for those big battles. And then wording changes. I mean, not usually a big deal. Like um, I, you can definitely change a moment with what kind of words you use. So like that episode 28 with Serena, where she said like that's why I, and you think she's about to confess in the original, and then she just said give me back the real Ash or something like that in the dub. So that just those two moments are completely different because of the wording change. Well, not completely different, but it really it so it made the scene different, you know. Voices, I think they're pretty good. I don't get why Ash can't have a male voice actor. I mean, I they want to make him seem young, I guess, still, but they they could still do that. Yeah, but I guess you can't have everything. What is your opinion on Verlis? Oh, not a fan. But we can move on from him. I mean, there's other things to worry about. But yeah, I'm not a fan. That what he did was just whatever. If Amourshipping wasn't a thing, which ass ship would you support? A few of you asked this. Who's your favorite shipping with Ash before Pokemon XY? Advanced shipping or Pearl shipping? Um, so out of I'd say my favorite was Pearl shipping. Obviously, Dawn was my favorite up until Serena of the Poke Girls, and so yeah, Pearl shipping. But now I've got Sharpener shipping. Now that Dawn's available because Screw Kenny and Paul too and Conway and I have Dawn to myself and Ash has Serena. Will more shipping stay canon and will Serena be Ash's partner? Yes, because Serena will come back. Ash and her will remember what happened because you can't forget that, and it will stay canon. Go away, haters in the comments. Pikachu X Baneri or Pikachu X Eevee? Uh-oh. Well, in Gotta Catch That One, I did Pikachu and Sylveon, but some people don't like that. Um, I don't know. I, I, I'm okay with both. Either one. Just depends on whatever you want. Who should be Pikachu's crush? whoever he wants. It doesn't really matter. How many Fennekins before you die of cuteness? One, maybe two. On a scale of 1 to 10, can you ship Greninja and Ash and Braixen and Serena? What is your thoughts about them? Yeah, I like that one. I mean, it's kind of a weird frog and fox is kind of a weird pair, but there was that little Froakie moment. I don't think they did anything since then, but I like it. I mean, they're both kind of they both represent the trainers pretty well, so I guess it makes the most sense out of any Ash and Serena Pokemon pairings. So, and then obviously it works with the whole trainer and Pokemon feeling similar thing. So I like it. I like it. I'll give it a 10. And I mean they didn't really do anything other than that Froakie fur cleaning, but I like that pairing. Coughing or Grimer? Grimer, because Grimer evolves into Muck, and I like Muck. Which is better, Eevee or Pichu? Oh, Pichu, because it becomes Pikachu. I mean, I like Eevee. Eevee is. Oh, there's all there. That's a tough one though, but I'll go with Peach. I do. Pikachu's Pikachu's one of the best. Not including the Poliwag pencil sharpener. What's your favorite Pokemon? This was asked by a few. What's your favorite Pokemon? What's your favorite Pokemon and why? One question, what is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon. I don't really have an exciting answer. It's Pikachu. Uh, because Pikachu is just uh, well, both in the anime it's Pikachu, closely followed by Charizard. I just you know he's the guy. He's Ash's partner, and I like the bond, and I love I love the speedy, quick strike Pokemon. In the games, I'd say it's a bit different, probably. In the games, oh well, in the games, it's Decidueye now. I love Decidueye. I mean, I know it doesn't have the best stats, I don't think, out of some of the Pokemon, but out of the others, I think people have said that. But I mean, I don't keep track of that too much, but I've got a good one. I do like it. It looks cool. Least favorite Pokemon. Darkrai, because it looks cool enough, but that thing bugs me. Oh, because I've played a little bit of that Showdown game, and I am so sick of people using Darkrai, so I've come to hate it. What are your thoughts on Sun and Moon, and what are your thoughts on Lily and Mallow? I really like Sun and Moon so far. I think I think it should be a good series. I mean, I was not happy with the art style at first, but I think they're getting better with it. And then I think it looks Ash is more childish, but I think I think he's still gonna be a good enough trainer. So I think it's working okay. I think we still need to give it time, but I think it's got good potential. I think it's really good so far. The anime and the game. Lily and Mallow, I like both. I think I don't really know who I like more. I mean, we still need to watch and see what happens. But I like it all so far. It seems good. I I still prefer the XY animation and art style, but it does it does look like they're improving on Sun and Moon when it comes to that. And I mean, already it seems like a pretty cool story. There's some cool Pokemon. Uh, Rowlet, Litten, or Poplio? I am a Team Rowlet fan. And do you think Rockruff should have been a starter? I don't know about that. I mean, you have the three starters, but Rockruff, if you mean like some kind of like special Pokemon that you get given or something by the professor, I think it's fine catching it. I caught mine. Maybe they should have made it a little harder to catch. I caught mine pretty. Sorry, I caught mine pretty easily. So I mean, I think it should be more of a special Pokemon. It seems a little too easy maybe to get it. Which is more likely, Serena to Alola or Half-Life 3? I think I actually heard that Half-Life 3 is about to be confirmed. So it's kind of hard to say that's less likely. But I think Serena's going. I mean, at worst she's gonna get a cameo, but I think she'll come back because unless they stick with the school thing, which I think it's already been confirmed or not, they've got a or maybe it hasn't, but I mean they have to do the adventure thing. So Ash will be moving on, and the only one of his classmates that isn't a trial captain is Lily, and then I mean Ash and Serena and Lily. Maybe that's kind of weird, but if the rumors about Gary possibly joining up, that would be interesting. But I don't know. I think that that thing about the figurine coming out in March. Um, I think that's an interesting thing. And then there was um, I can't remember. There's a couple other things I'm not thinking of right now, but I think it's gonna happen. She there's she doesn't have a full team, and she kissed the protagonist. Like the other ships are not happening. When Serena returns, what Pokemon do you think she'll get? What Hoenn Pokemon do you think she'll get? I'm gonna make a video about this at some point, but I think Popplio makes too much sense. I know Lana has one, but that doesn't mean. I mean, she won't be a traveling companion, so maybe that opens it up for Serena. And if Lana's doesn't evolve, or if Serena's doesn't evolve, because you could have one that doesn't evolve and one that does evolve. kind of like kind of like Dawn and Barry both had Piplup, but then it evolved with Barry to Empoleon. So you could have two different characters having the same Pokemon, but one evolves, one doesn't. And then I'm not sure. Maybe the dancing bird or Corio or Oricoro. I can't remember what it's called. Let me just look that up. It's gonna bug me. Oricorio, and I think she'll get the ghost one because I think that one kind of that would kind of fit in terms of what types. Because it just kind of looks like a more graceful one, I guess. Hoenn Pokemon. I think she'd get an Absol and or maybe an Altaria because it's possible that they do the Lycia thing, like coordinator in the games, and in that case, an Altaria or a Swablu would make sense. But in the X and Y, she had the Absol, that she had the Mega Absol, so I think, and she also had an Altaria in that, so I think one or both of those would make sense. In your opinion, which of Ash's previous Pokemon do you want him to return to the S&M series, Sun and Moon series? Let's not call it S&M. All of them. But which ones would make the most sense here? Well, I mean, Ash Greninja is in the game, so I'd hope that he'd come back. Um, well, he's sort of in the game. I mean, that's still kind of confusing about that whole Ash Greninja thing. The bond phenomenon was barely explained. So I think there's still more to do when it comes to that. And then, hopefully Charizard comes back. I'd like to see him again. I'd like to see Bulbasaur and Squirtle. You know, the original ones. Totodile. If Serena comes back, I'd like to see her interact with Totodile and Bayleaf, because Bayleaf has her crush on Ash or whatever that you call that. And then Totodile's dancing is pretty funny, so that'd work with Serena, I think. Uh, yeah, the powerhouses, Sceptile, Infernape, Crocodile, maybe. Snorlax would be an interesting one to see. I'd like to see Buizel. I'd like to see a Buizel Halucha interaction. I mean, they were sort of similar. They had some similar things. I guess Halucha was more of a show off, but yeah, that'd be kind of interesting, I think. Maybe Buizel and Greninja are kind of similar too. So, uh, Oshawott, I do like Oshawott. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of BW, but Oshawott was. I liked Oshawott. Z move reference to Inazuma 11 on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you think of that? I don't watch that actually, so I don't know what to think about it. But good, I guess. Do you think Miette and Nini deserve to return to Pokemon Sun and Moon to Alola to meet Serena again? Reason Miette and Nini didn't have a proper goodbye for Shauna. Oh, I don't know about Nini. I'd like to see Miette again, but I guess they closed that. I mean, Miette kind of went down pretty quick in that master class, So I wouldn't mind seeing her come back, but they kind of wrapped up that rivalry. Nini wasn't much for me, and I guess they just weren't in enough episodes to be something to. Miette should have been given a proper goodbye, but I guess they consider that goodbye at the masterclass good enough. But I think it would have been good for her to get a proper goodbye. And Shauna's in the game, so I guess she had to be more focused on. And she was gonna be at the Callus League. The only reason Miette might have been acceptable for the Callus League would be because of Ash. Same with Nini, but like, why are they gonna go for that? Um, yeah, if Serena comes back, I think I'd like to see her get a more hostile rival, kind of like her version of Paul. Because I mean, even though there's like a little bit of hostility with her and Miette, there wasn't too much. So I think it would be better to see her have a more hostile rival. So I'd be fine if they didn't bring Miette back. I mean, I'd like to see her again, but I'd be fine. I'd actually probably prefer it if Serena got a more hostile rival. What is your prediction for Ash's Alola team and returned Ash previous book? I don't think I should answer that since I have that video is planned for after this one. So, first off, I think he's going to get Rowlet and Grubbin because those are pretty much confirmed. So, that's all I'll say. Which do you prefer, competent Ash or more personality Ash? I think he has personality even when he's competent. Ugh, to say that he's better in BW because he's got personality, like he's got personality in XY. It's just a bit of a different one because he's just more mature, but like he still goofs around a little bit, and you can tell that he's really enthusiastic about Pokemon still, so his personality is just more confident. But I don't really like that argument of he doesn't have personality um, in when he's more capable because he does. It's just different kind. But yeah, if BW Ash is more personality Ash versus XY Ash being, I mean that's not what you're asking really, but if BW Ash is more personality Ash, I don't want that. I want competent Ash because I like watching a show where I can wonder if the protagonist is actually going to be successful because in BW I knew he was going to lose, but with XY I actually thought he was going to win. It was a surprise when he lost. What's your favorite moment in the XY series, not XYZ? I'm your favorite nephew, right? No favorites. I already said that. For the family. Favorite moment in the XY series? I'll give you an Amourshipping one and a non-Amourshipping one. My favorite Amourshipping one outside of X, Y, and Z. I'm just trying to think. I guess the summer camp when they fell. That would have been a good one. And then For non-Amore shipping, I'd have to say the the Karina and Ash battle. I the gym battle that was that was a pretty great battle. I think that's my favorite one ever, and that actually answers Carlos's question. What's your favorite gym battle in the anime? The Karina and Ash was. I love the I love the animation for it. I love it was Ash's first battle against a mega like true battle where he was really going head to head with it, and good old Pikachu got the win, and it was a pretty good exchange of blows throughout the whole thing. Which do you consider the greatest badge quest in the series? For games, I'd say the original, just probably because it was my first go, and I kind of like that there were less Pokemon. It was more manageable, so um, I kind of did feel like I kind of just had a group with me when I did that, if that makes any sense. For the anime, I'll go with the XY because that was like a real mission for Ash, it seemed. And like each gym battle, he seemed to learn something. Um, with the exception of maybe number 6, the fairy one, the Levair battle. Because in the first one, it was just kind of just his first one, setting him up as someone who needs to just train harder. Um, he gets help from his friends, help from Serena, and then second one, he planned out a strategy to beat Grant. And then third one, he's going up against a Mega. Fourth one, um, Ramos, kind of encouraged him not to rush into things, so he took his time. The fifth one, it was a big one against Clement, with Gudra showing up there. The sixth one, that was the one where it was kind of less relevant, but still, Sawyer was there, and it was kind of like a show off to him. It was setting Ash up as being ahead of him and making us all panic. I think at the time, at least I did, thinking that that was just setting up. This is the guy that's gonna beat Ash, but at least it didn't turn out that way. Well, the guy who beat him did end up being a pretty irritating prick. Seventh one, that was a good one because that was kind of setting up the whole Ash Greninja thing coming up. And then the eighth one was, of course, Ash Greninja starring, and setting up the league, and kind of showing Ash just had that one final step to kind of get himself ready. All right then. So that's the Q&A. Hopefully that was good. All right, just a quick edit here. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna have time for the Asha Lola team prediction. So, um, just thank you for watching, listening to the Q&A, and next week I will make sure to get the Alola prediction video out. I won't have time this week. So, thank you for listening. You can tell me what you think, and hopefully you enjoyed. Bye for now.